Hi guys, Z here. So, this video will cover the baiting allegation and the conclusion, that is my opinion on this whole debacle. In the previous video, I have discussed Diana Deets catfishing and grooming allegations. If you missed that part, I will put a link here and also in the description. I would advise you to check that one before watching this video, otherwise, you may not understand the context of the final part. To give you a heads up, this topic is a very gray area of discussion. I found myself lost many a time while doing the research, but I'll try my best to untangle it for you. That being said, let's begin. In early July of this year, the popular TikToker Becca Day posted a video, which I cannot play here because of copyright reasons. Talking about Diana Deets, Becca said, quote, "She has taken it past the point of smoothing her skin texture to take a few years off to completely changing her facial structure to look like a young teenager." End quote. Becca went on to criticize another popular influencer, Belle Delphine, for making similar edits to her features when posting adult content, which is a topic for another day. Becca asked, quote, "Who do you think they are editing it for? I can't say the word, but I think you catch my drift. I understand there's a market for it, but ultimately, at the end of the day, this is P-word baiting and it is not acceptable." End quote. Even back in October 2020, people on the Reddit page r/Instagram reality started discussing how Diana has clearly been using digital editing to restyle herself as a prepubescent girl, with many labeling the move disturbing. So, you think Diana is in the wrong? I think Diana is in the wrong. Case closed. Well, the thing is, it's not that simple. You see, the counter argument is not very bad. A person on Twitter commented this: "Pedophilia refers to an attraction to prepubescent children and not this, obviously." Let's look at the definition. Pedophilia is a psychiatric disorder in which an adult or older adolescent experiences a primary or exclusive sexual attraction to prepubescent children. The term prepubescent is used to describe boys and girls who have not developed secondary sex characteristics. That is, they have primary sexual characteristics which are present at birth and comprise the external and internal genitalia. In general terms, a child. The general age range of prepubescent is 9 years. So, is this gentleman correct and Becca was wrong? Actually, both are correct. How, you may ask? You see, Diana, or more appropriately, Coconut Kitty, appears in the age range of 13 to 15. Surely you may argue that she appears younger or older than this range, but from what I've noticed, this is the consensus, and even I agree on this. Considering this and referring to this chart on Wikipedia, she falls under the category of pre-adolescence or adolescence. So, the terminology we are dealing with here is hebephilia or ephebophilia. Hebephilia is a strong, persistent sexual interest by adults in pubescent children who are in early adolescence, typically ages 11 to 14, and showing 10 stages 2 to 3 of physical development. Ephebophilia is the primary sexual interest in mid to late adolescence, generally ages 15 to 19. One thing to be noted here is that although approximate age ranges are specified, it is the physical stage of sexual development as opposed to chronological age that truly matters in this distinction. For example, it is not the case that an individual is attracted to a girl because she is 13 years old. It is that the person is attracted to girls who are beginning to show signs of sexual development like breast budding, growth spurt, the emergence of pubic and axillary hair rather than prepubescent girls who do not show any such signs, or older adolescent girls who are post-pubescent or appear sexually mature. That being said, looking at the appearance of Coconut Kitty, the technically accurate allegation will be that Diana Deets is baiting hebephilic and ephebophilic individuals. So, does this prove that this person was right and Becca was wrong? Well, first of all, in our daily lives, we tend to speak informally. So, usually when someone uses the word pedophile, that person is describing an adult's sexual interest in pubescent or post-pubescent teenagers. Though the terms hebephilia or ephebophilia may be more accurate in these cases, it is what it is and I'm not complaining. Secondly, the age of consent in California is 18. If we consider that she resides in California, and again considering the appeared age of Coconut Kitty, she will be considered a minor. Heck, even if she does not reside in California, the minimum age of consent in the US is 16, which still makes Coconut Kitty a minor. Consequently, these points make Becca's argument valid. Rather, I can say that Becca is more right because, of course, we speak informally and not everybody is a researcher. Some people have this opinion that it's not her fault and that she has just acknowledged the elephant in the room, that society still sexualizes young women. Diana has found a gap in the system and she has found a way to make money off that. In other words, she is just tending to the demand. First of all, just because there is a demand does not mean you necessarily have to cater to it. I would not have said so for other cases, but this one has consequences. Also, it is not like Diana is some young, indecisive teenager. She is a grown-ass woman. She has an understanding of this world and its dark side. Secondly, okay, this point may not be directly related to Diana, but hear me out. I'll keep it short. If we consider the pedophile angle, it is a fact that there exist two kinds: true pedophiles and non-pedophilic or non-exclusive offenders. Non-exclusive offenders are sexually attracted to children and adults and can be sexually aroused by both, though a sexual preference for one over the other may also exist. So, if one feeds the desire of these non-exclusive offenders of seeing young girls in porn, their hunger will only grow. I know that all this sounds super weird. And trust me, when I was writing the script, quite often I found myself at sea. But the thing is, the main issue itself is sort of bizarre. This is the first case I've come across where someone is editing her face to look like a young teen for porn. As I have mentioned, that this is a very grey area of discussion. You can dig out many loopholes in my argument. So, of course, most of the refutations will be not wrong unless your refutation does not include BS like this. Who's gonna tell him that if we were to get jealous, then it would be someone more successful and not creepy, unlike Diana? I wanna remind you one thing. Though editing one's face to get this unrealistic beauty is a problem in itself, which I have covered in the first part, this is a bigger issue. So, if you say that already big companies do edit for ads and magazines, that's a totally invalid argument on this ground. I don't think any company is editing one's face to look like a teenager. The problem we are dealing with here is by morphing her face to look like a teenager, pairing it with sexually explicit content, Diana has created this forbidden sub-niche. By doing this, she has stepped into an ethically wrong area. My motive in making these two videos was to clear out the doubts of the people who were in a similar position as I was. That is, being confused as to what was the exact reason for this being a problem. And after zooming out a little bit and considering all the pros and cons of this situation, it seems that there is more bad than good. Let's face it, this case is just the beginning and it's not going away. In an interview with Wired, Diana said that several women active on OnlyFans have reached out to her, paying a consultation fee to be taught some editing tips. And I can bet that these women won't keep their old photos like Diana did, giving them a false identity altogether. Yes, you may argue that it's fine as long as it does not appease the crooked fetishes. But tell me one thing. Who's gonna make sure that the person they are changing to does not represent a real person? Who will take the responsibility and who is gonna make sure there are no repercussions? This kind of editing has clearly opened many doors. Hence, moving forward, I would only hope that this skill is put to use for innocuous or more aptly for ethically right purposes. Thank you so much for sticking till the end. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please consider leaving a like and do subscribe. Also, do comment your opinion on this. I will really appreciate it if you share this video if you think that the information shared here is ought to be heard. That being said, until next time.